Most powerful is he who controls his own power. Hello and welcome to WMT Reviews. I am Wiseman Tanofsky, and today we're having a look at Star Wars The Clone Wars Series 1, Episode 10, Lair of Grievous. Taking place 14th in the chronological continuity, Lair of Grievous follows Jedi Master Kit Fisto and his former apprentice Nahdar, played by Phil LaMarr and Tom Kenny respectively, as while pursuing the trace signal of the escaped Viceroy Gunray, they find themselves caught up in a game of cat and mouse, as Count Dooku decides to test the effectiveness of General Grievous following his recent failures, by trapping two Jedi within his lair. This episode could have been one of the best in the series. Indeed, the very selling point of the story is the idea of two Jedi being trapped in Grievous's lair while the General hunts them down, similar to the plot of Alien vs Predator. In reality, while the scenes which follow this structure are beyond doubt the highlights of the story, there's also a rather distracting battle against Grievous's pet monster, which only serves to eliminate the last clone trooper and infuriate the General. Aside from this, the whole setup of this episode feels incredibly forced and contrived. While I can see Dooku wanting to test Grievous in a similar way to his testing of Ventress in the last episode, the idea of two Jedi walking into so obvious a trap without question, then being so easily cut off, and that Dooku would just expose a critical location like Grievous's repair outpost for the sake of a test, it just doesn't ring true, unfortunately. The episode centres around one of the most unusually popular Jedi in all of Star Wars, Phil LaMarr's Kit Fisto. Appearing in only two significant scenes in the prequel trilogy, this grinning green tentacle head sparked a massive fan interest, and that depiction continues here. Being portrayed as a laid-back, calm-minded and wise Jedi Master, he follows well from last episode's Luminara, and plays well off his old Padawan Nahdar, who makes his beliefs that the war has changed the rules of the Jedi Code very clear in his determination to destroy Grievous in vengeance for all the fallen Jedi. This mindset is his downfall, however, and his rashness and lack of self-control ends his short and ill-fated story in the Clone Wars series. Truth be told, this episode should have paid more attention to its antagonist, Matthew Wood's General Grievous. For the first time, we're given a glimpse of his new canonical background, as a proud warrior who made many mechanical alterations to himself in order to better his ability for destruction. But this is barely glanced over in a single scene and never referred to again. This is, however, also the first time we see the General utilise his extra arms in combat, making him a formidable opponent for the two Jedi, and his use of underhanded tactics in battle, such as blasting the young Nahdar with a pistol to help establish him as a warrior without honour or principle. We're also introduced to his medical droid, who appears in the form of a nagging aunt, scolding the General for allowing himself to become so damaged. Nah, not my favourite. In conclusion, The Lair of Grievous is something of a disappointment. What could have been a great episode with a little more direction, focus, and a more plausible setup instead succumbs to somewhat lazy writing and a lack of action. Though the lightsaber duels are exciting, they were too few and too far between, and though the moral of self-control was compelling, it failed to receive the appropriate level of focus, perhaps to draw similarities between Grievous and what's become of the Jedi in the time of war. As it is, I think I can only award it a 6.5 on the Orsometer. A story with potential that was let down by plot convenience and a bit of a lack of focus. So that is a 6.5 on the Orsometer for Star Wars The Clone Wars Series 1, Episode 10, Lair of Grievous. I've been Wiseman Tanofsky, this has been WMT Reviews, thank you very much for listening.